Thank you for sticking around. Sorry about the technical difficulty of getting everybody up here. We had issues of left versus right and all of those good things. So here we are with our advanced band. First piece on the program is Christmas Festival. This is a kind of a medley of all kinds of different Christmas songs. So if you hear one of them, you recognize the words, don't feel bad about singing along with it. Or don't, whatever makes you happy. You've heard me sing, it's your turn, right? Okay, so here is Christmas Festival, made famous by the Boston Pops Orchestra, written and arranged by Leroy Anderson, and then rearranged for band, Hillsville Band by Robert W. Smith. and I said, yeah, I'm sending that back. That's way too hard. And then I handed it to them. I said, let's take a look at it. And we read through it for a couple of days there, and they were like, oh, this is really horrible. It's really hard. I don't think we can do this. And I said, you guys are a bunch of wusses. Come on, why don't you try and play it? And after a whole bunch of days of me going, it's all right, guys. I don't think we could play that anyway. And they're like, oh, yes, we can. And eventually we got to the last rehearsal, that Thursday rehearsal, and after school, I said, guys, this is it. We're going to play this song without any stops, and if you guys can't play it and make it through these transitions without us train wrecking, pieces off the program. They're all like, no! But way more dramatic. And anyway, they played through the whole entire piece, and I said, okay, fine, we'll keep it, since they want it that bad. So anyway, my reverse psychology thing worked on most of them. Some of them were still not sold on it, but Christmas Festival. Next piece on the program is Bell Carol Remix. It's a kind of a funky version of Carol of the Bells. It takes that dee da dee da 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 and puts it in a 4/feel dum da 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 da. And so it's a cool song. It's very familiar, but it's kind of a different version, kind of their different kind of arrangement of this piece. So Bell Carol Remix is next. This next piece of music has become one of my favorites to do with the band. We've done this every single year for the last 9 years. And I think it's, well, first of all, it's permanently out of print. You can't even get it anymore. And it's one of the few arrangements of the military marches that actually has all of the branches of the military. To kind of recognize those folks that have served, or currently serving, or have family that has served. When we get to the branch of military that your family member served in, or you serve in, or have served, please stand, and we'd like to recognize you during the performance here. So, Marches of the Armed Forces. thank you all the veterans and all the current service members for all that you have done and all that you do. This country is the greatest country on this planet because of the things that our armed forces do, and we never can forget that. And we can't thank you all. Okay, so those of you that were lucky and got the limited edition program that went out tonight, your kids all received one, so I wanted to make sure that every family got one. So if you didn't get one, sorry. But you'll see that the title on there is Christmas and the Movies. And because this is the time of the year when the later part of the year, blockbuster movies come out, and I couldn't pass it up. Star Wars is coming out Friday. The bad thing about Star Wars is it's hard as nails. It really is. We handed out the song, we played through it the first day, and they're like, "This is really hard, Mr. Gideon." I said, "No, it isn't. Suck it up. Practice it. Play it." And I lied to them and said, "It's easy. What is wrong with y'all? It's fine. Just learn how to count to 4. You're good." And before you know it, after kind of working on the little scary parts of it, hey baby, we finally made it through it, and to be honest with you, E.T. was at the end of it, but we couldn't get to the end. We ran out of time to get to E.T. So poor E.T., there's a spoiler on the front of your program, has E.T. flying through the Death Star's little thing there. E.T. didn't make it to the concert tonight, so sorry. But you'll find that you wouldn't have even known had I not made that announcement that was even part of it, because we get the best of a lot of the really big blockbuster movies. We start off with Star Wars, then Duel of the Fates, which is from the newer Star Wars. Makes reviews on that with depending on who you're talking about with the company. And then we get into Jurassic Park. So that just came out again, so I was like, great, that's still relevant. I remember in middle school, that was the song that they lured us into the band with. We came by the Southside Junior High band room, and the band was playing the easiest song ever known to man, and we were all like, we have to be in the band. They played Jurassic Park. Can we play Jurassic Park? No, you guys don't get to do it. You weren't cool enough, and you weren't relevant. The movie's old now, but they just came out with it again, re-released on DVD, so yay! I get to relive my childhood. It'll be okay. group of kids. Really great group of kids. They work really hard. Nothing that I threw at them for this concert was easy. We didn't pull out any stops. There are several young high school groups that would be playing a program like this, and they hang in there. There are some spots that are not polished. Beginners, it's incredibly rude to talk while the other group is performing. Back to you guys. So, thank you parents, all of you that have invested in these kids. I know musical instruments are not cheap. They're a lot more expensive now. There are several of them that come in here with some kind of funky horns, and they do as much with those horns as they're able to do. If your child is playing an instrument that's kind of an off-brand horn or something like that, I would encourage folks to think about investing in these kids, especially the ones that are making it and continuing on and have a very big interest in this, because you end up running into things where these kids find limitations with the instruments, the equipment there. And so for all of you that have invested so far, that's great. Keep on investing, keep on bringing them to the practices, encourage them to keep practicing. If they don't practice, they should try it. It's really a remarkable thing. It does wonders to your playing. Your playing scores go way out the roof whenever you bring those things home and do some work on it. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. You'd be amazed at how much they can get along with just a little bit of extra time on the instrument there. Want to thank our administration. Mr. Hodges is back here somewhere, and some of our other administration probably. Here's Mr. Hodges back there. Live Oak Middle School is a phenomenal place to work. They help us. They're supportive of us with everything we do. Came up to him a couple of years ago, Mr. Hodges. We don't have enough stands for the kids. The school paid for the stands. It was amazing. It was great. They're very supportive of us with all the endeavors, and you know, we thank you very much. We're going to close the concert with something that's going to sound a little off. This is Crazy Mixed Up Christmas. The premise behind this piece was that the conductor came up to the podium, dropped the whole entire program, and just shuffled the music back together. Some of the music was upside down, some of it was from arrangements that didn't belong there. So at one point, for example, the trumpets are playing a melody that sounds like they're playing wrong notes. And it's intentional. It's intentional. There are going to be several spots in there that just kind of sound like, okay, all right. But hopefully you get the humor behind this. Mr. Schaefer was very funny in this. So thank you so much for coming out. This is amazing. This is a huge turnout. There are many universities that would be in awe of a crowd this large, and these kids can feel your love up here and your support. So thank you again for all that you do, folks, and Merry Christmas.
Thank see you. That's nice.
Thank you so much. I have one more group of folks that I'd like to recognize real quick. These past 2 weekends, we had honor band auditions. We had district last weekend. We had 3 students that made it in the district. Olivia Ward made in a flute section in concert band. Olivia, raise your hand. Wave. We had Joseph Henderson on tuba, who he has a stomach virus, so he's actually not here. So we'll recognize him anyway. Spirit. Stringer, our clarinetist over here, she made it in the And then we had a number of students that made it in the parish honor band as well. Those students, please stand up. Okay, Tristan Byer made tuba. Lance Newmanville. Ethan Taylor, percussion. Jacob Moscow made first chair tenor saxophone. Did I miss anybody? Oh, and Olivia also made the parish band as well there too. So yeah. Olivia just transferred over this week, so she's playing a concert after 3 days of being in the class. Yeehaw, right? Thank y'all again so much. All of the stands and the percussion equipment is going to go back on a riding truck, a U-Haul truck out there. I loaded it on myself, so if I could get some help with loading it back up, because I don't think I have it in me to do the whole thing by myself on the way out, that would be much appreciated.